warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to just go through very quickly how to tie ihram in an effective way, especially for people who don't often wear this type of clothing. There is no correct way and there's no wrong way so long as you find it comfortable and you follow the Islamic guidelines when wearing it. Ihram consists of two cloths. They're both about this size. You take the cloth, take it behind you and wrap it quite high. There's no point in wrapping it from your waist because you're going to be working up and down. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to turn around to the side just to show you the difference in the left and right hand side of the cloth. You want to make your left side to be short enough just to wrap around your waist once and your right side to be the longer side. When you go to the shop and try your ihram on, this is one of the tests that you should do. The last thing you want to do is have an ihram which is too short or too long. Stand with your 2 feet spread wide apart. This will enable free movement when you have tied your ihram. The other thing to do is push your stomach out as far as you can so that you have breathing space. If you don't do this, you'll find your ihram becomes too tight when you're wearing it. Wrap the left side around you up until it becomes tight around the right side. Then wrap the right side around to the left side, but then stop. Wedge your hand in between and turn the cloth back in the opposite direction until it comes back. Once you achieve this, start folding your ihram, but make sure that you fold it equally throughout. Most likely you have to wrap it 2, maybe 3 times. And then have a walk and feel whether you feel comfortable walking in it. And I would suggest while you're still at home, try praying in it as well. With the upper garment, I'm going to show you 2 ways to wrap it. One is the common way of wrapping it when you're normally wearing ihram, and the other way is how to wrap it when you are praying. When praying the 2 nawafil after the tawaf, the sunnah is to wrap your ihram such that both sides sit equally on your shoulders. But generally in the days of hajj, when you feel quite hot, what you'll find is this is an effective way of allowing some ventilation into your clothing. The common way of wrapping ihram outside of the prayer is to make the left hand side short and the right hand side long, and then to throw the right hand side of the cloth over the left shoulder. However, when you pray, you might want to adjust your clothing because if this does fall off, it can become quite troublesome. When you're doing tawaf in umrah, you'll have to take your right shoulder out. Very simply, instead of taking your cloth over your shoulder, take it under your shoulder and then wrap it over your left arm. I also just want to go through some of the mistakes that people make. During the days of hajj, it can become very difficult with the heat. Some people, without realizing, will let their lower garment fall below their navel. The ihram should always be above the navel and above your ankles. Makkah is a very hot place, so it can be tempting to want to cover your head. And also during the days of Mina, when you're going to be sleeping in the tents, it can be tempting to cover your head with your ihram. This again is something which is not permissible. One thing I'd like to clarify, ihram is a state. In that state, you have this clothing. Ihram is not the clothing itself. So once you don this ihram at the airport, you are not actually in the state of ihram up until you come to the miqat. Before you reach the miqat, you should state your intention for umrah by saying labbaik Allahumma bi umrah. When it comes to the days of hajj, then you state the intention for hajj from your hotel room or from wherever you're staying just before you go into Mina, and you'll say labbaik Allahumma hajjan. It's unlikely that any of you listening will be doing hajj qiran, but if you are, then it would be labbaik Allahumma bi hajja wa umrah. If someone fears that they can't perform hajj or umrah due to an illness, then they should add this to their intention by saying Allahumma mahilli haythu habastani. If you're performing umrah for someone else, or if you're doing hajj badal, then you would state labbaik an and then you'd say their name. I hope that this video was beneficial for you. This video